Why Anna is such a wonderful drama, a haunting journey through silence, self-erasure, and the unbearable price of becoming someone else. In a world obsessed with status, where your name, clothes, and university define your worth, Anna doesn't just tell a story, it bleeds one. It's not loud, flashy, or filled with the usual K-drama tropes. Instead, it moves like a quiet shadow, creeping slowly through the cracks of identity, ambition, and isolation until you're left breathless at the weight of one woman's invisible war. At the center is Yumi, played with heartbreaking restraint by Bae Suzy, a woman born into scarcity, silenced by class, and forgotten by a society that doesn't see girls like her. She doesn't scream for help. She doesn't beg. She just disappears. And in her place, Anna is born. But Anna is not a hero. She's not even a villain. She's a mask, beautiful, composed, successful, everything Yumi was told she could never be. The moment that breaks you, there is a scene, quiet, dimly lit, and almost cruel in its stillness, where Yumi sits alone in her expensive apartment, surrounded by designer furniture and silence. She looks out at the city. Her phone doesn't ring. No one knocks. Her face is flawless, her clothes perfect. And yet she is hollow. This is the cost of her illusion. She's climbed the ladder, but there is no one to catch her when she falls. That scene doesn't just capture loneliness. It screams the truth that many women live, that when you become what the world wants, you often lose what you really needed, yourself. Bae Suzy's most soulful performance. Suzy gives the performance of her life here. Gone are the romantic leads and bright-eyed innocence. As Yumi Anna, she is fragile, calculating, terrified, and numb. You see her strength not in her victories but in her quiet endurance, the way she pushes through abuse, betrayal, poverty, and invisibility. Watch her closely in the scene where she sits in the back of the car, listening to her powerful, narcissistic husband talk about her like she's a trophy. Her hands don't move. Her eyes don't blink. But in her silence there is thunder. A storm of anger, shame, and exhaustion crashing underneath. A story about more than just a lie. What makes Anna extraordinary is that it never blames Yumi for becoming Anna. It shows why she had to. The lie she tells about her education, her background, her name is not greed. It's self-defense in a world that doesn't make room for the truth of poor women. Her transformation is slow, painful, and deeply human. Every dress she wears as Anna is a layer pulled further away from Yumi. Every person who believes her lie is another brick in the house she builds with no windows. Eventually she's living in a mansion of illusions, and it's suffocating. Direction that feels like poetry. Visually, Anna is stunning. Every frame is deliberate. Director Lee Ju-young lets scenes breathe, allowing silence and stillness to tell their own truths. There are no flashy plot twists. The drama builds from subtle tension, from the slow decay of Yumi's sense of self. Colors play a role too. Early scenes are warm, earthy, real. As she becomes Anna, everything turns sleek and cold, like marble. Beautiful but lifeless. Even the soundtrack is sparse, letting emptiness speak louder than any orchestration ever could. A mirror to us all. Anna is not just about Yumi, it's about every person who has ever been told they weren't enough. It's about women whose names are forgotten, who aren't born into power, who are taught to shrink, and what happens when they refuse. Yumi doesn't ask for the world. She just wants to exist without shame. And so she takes it piece by piece until it consumes her. Final thoughts. Anna is a tragedy dressed as a success story. It doesn't shout. It lingers. It hurts in the quietest way. It makes you ask yourself, who would I become if no one saw the real me? Would I lie too if the truth only ever kept me small? It's a drama that sits with you long after the screen fades to black, not because of what was said, but because of everything left unsaid. She was never loud enough to be noticed, never rich enough to be chosen. So she became someone who was. But with every step into the light, the shadows inside her grew louder. Anna was the dream and the curse that swallowed Yumi whole.